Chapter 16 Light. Have you ever wondered about the intelligence and skills of the Almighty who made this world so amazing and beautiful? How do we know this beautiful world? We know the world through our five senses: skin, eyes, ears, nose, and tongue. You see the nature and the things around you with your eyes. You see clouds, mountains, beautiful rainbows, birds, all with your eyes. Can you see things around you with the help of eyes only? Is there any other factor which help us to see? Do this activity. Switch off the light in your room at night. Can you see the objects in your room in the darkness? You cannot see with your eyes in the darkness. Now switch on the light. Can you see objects in the room? Yes, now you can see the objects in the room. Now can you name that factor which help us to see things using our eyes? Yes, it is light. If there is no light, we cannot see things, even though eyes are there. In this chapter, we will study about this wonderful phenomenon of light. What is light? What is the significance of light? You know that light is a form of energy, or it is an electromagnetic wave that can travel through a medium as well as through vacuum. And you know that sun is the major natural source of light energy. What is the significance of light? Is there any relation between light and life? Yes, you are right. As there is light, there is life. How is life related to light? You know that the process of photosynthesis takes place in the presence of light. Photosynthesis is the process by which food is provided for all living beings. Because of this reason, for many centuries, the sun has been worshipped as the giver of light and life. Do all substances produce light? What are the sources of light? Sources of light can be natural or artificial. Natural sources of light include sun, stars, some animals like firefly, etc. Artificial sources include bulb, a burning candle, torch, etc. You know that all substances do not produce or emit light. Sun, other stars, torch, a lighted candle, some organisms like firefly, etc. can produce light. Objects which produce or emit light are called luminous objects. They have their own light. But you know that most of the objects around us do not produce light. Objects like book, chairs, tables, etc., fruits like apple, all these do not produce light. Objects which do not produce light of their own are non-luminous objects. Paper, chair, table, etc. are non-luminous. What about moon and planets? Are they luminous? Can they produce their own light? No, you know that planets and moon are non-luminous. Then how can we see the moon? You know that we can see moon because it reflects the sun's light. How do we see non-luminous objects? You know that we can see luminous objects when the light produced by the luminous objects reaches our eyes. But how can we see non-luminous objects? How do we see the moon? You know that we see the moon when the sunlight is reflected by the moon. The sunlight strikes on the surface of the moon and gets reflected. So we see a non-luminous object when the light from a source strikes on the non-luminous object and reflects. This reflected light reaches our eyes, and then we see a non-luminous object. We see objects when the light which is reflected from an object reaches our eyes. Reflection of light. When light falls on a surface, any of the following things can happen. Some surfaces absorb most of the light. Light passes through some of the objects, and these objects are called transparent objects. Light rays which fall on some surfaces bounces back. This bouncing back of light rays after hitting a surface is called reflection. We can say that most of the surfaces reflects light. We can see non-luminous objects because they reflect light which strikes on them from a luminous object. Light produced from a luminous object strikes on a non-luminous object and reflects back. When this reflected light falls and forms an image in the retina of our eyes, we see the object. When light from a source strikes on a surface, it bounces back. This is like the bouncing of a ball when it strikes a wall. And this property of light is called reflection. How do we see ourselves in a mirror? The formation of image by a mirror is also due to the reflection of light. We see our image in the mirror when light from a source strikes on our body and reflects. This reflected light from our body strikes on the mirror and it reflects back and reaches our eyes. This is how we see ourselves in a mirror. The formation of image by a mirror is due to the reflection of light. Reflection of light follows certain rules which are known as the laws of reflection. There are two laws of reflection. Before explaining the laws, let's study a few basic terms. Take a torch and light it towards a mirror. You can see a beam of light. For simplicity, let's consider a narrow beam of light. We will be considering a narrow beam of light, which can be referred to as a single ray of light. Consider a ray of light strikes a surface or on a mirror. The ray of light which strikes the mirror or the surface is called the incident ray. The point where the incident ray hits the mirror is called the point of incidence. The ray that comes back from the surface or from the mirror after reflection is known as the reflected ray. The imaginary line which is drawn at the point of incidence perpendicular to the surface or the mirror is called the normal. You can see that the incident ray and normal forms an angle, and the angle formed between the incident ray and the normal is called the angle of incidence. Similarly, an angle is formed between the normal and the reflected ray, and this angle is known as the angle of reflection. The angle between the normal and the reflected ray is known as the angle of reflection. Let's define the terms once again. Beam is a collection of light rays. The ray of light which strikes any surface is called the incident ray. In this diagram, this is the incident ray. The point where the incident ray hits the surface is the point of incidence. The incident ray strikes the mirror or surface at a point, and this point is called the point of incidence. The ray that comes back from the surface after reflection is known as the reflected ray. This ray is known as the reflected ray. The imaginary line which is drawn at the point of incidence perpendicular to the surface is called the normal. This blue line represents the normal. The angle between the incident ray and the normal is the angle of incidence. This is the incident ray and this is the normal. The angle between these two is the angle of incidence. The angle between the normal and the ray is called the angle of reflection. The angle between the normal and the reflected ray, and this angle is known as the angle of reflection. Now let us study the laws of reflection. The first law of reflection states that the incident ray, the normal at the point of incidence, and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. What does it mean? Consider a reflecting surface. This is a mirror which is the reflecting surface. This is the ray which strikes on the mirror, and this is the incident ray. After reflection, this forms the reflected ray. This is the normal which is drawn perpendicular to the reflecting surface. The first law of reflection states that these three lie in the same plane. If we consider a plane. These three are in the same plane. The second law of reflection states that the angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. Consider the angle of incidence in this case is 45 degree. What will be the angle of reflection? According to the law, angle of reflection also will be 45 degree. If we change the angle of incidence, then the angle of reflection also changes. Consider this case. Here, the angle of incidence is 70 degree. What will be the angle of reflection? The angle of reflection also is 70 degree. The second law states that the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. If I represents the angle of incidence, then angle I is equal to angle R. R represents the angle of reflection. Now let us summarize the points that we learned. Light is a form of energy. The sources of light can be natural or artificial. Objects which emit their own light are luminous objects, and objects which do not produce light are known as non-luminous objects. We see objects when the light which is reflected from an object reaches our eyes. The bouncing back of light rays after hitting a surface is called reflection. Reflection of light follows certain rules which are known as the laws of reflection. The first law of reflection states that the incident ray, the normal at the point of incidence, and the reflected ray lie in the same plane. The second law of reflection states that the angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection.